During the War of 1812, on the evening of August 24, 1814, British forces approached the capital city of Washington, D.C. First Lady Dolly Madison rushed to save a portrait of George Washington before the president's mansion, the president's house, was set ablaze. Later, Francis Scott Key wrote a poem to the tune of a drinking ballad, The Star-Spangled Banner, commemorating American efforts in the war, a tune that would take an improbable journey to becoming the national anthem. However, the details of the War of 1812 are murky for most Americans. The war was the result of a long simmering conflict spurred by the British kidnapping of American sailors to draw the United States into a continental fight against Napoleon. Strangely, it is a war that produced no clear victor, despite resulting in approximately 20,000 casualties. Even America's most widely remembered victory in the war, the Battle of New Orleans, was somewhat absurd. Fought in 1815, entirely after a peace treaty had been signed in Europe, but before the news had reached U.S. shores. But on that August 1814 evening, America's second war with Great Britain was anything but murky. British ships controlled the Chesapeake Bay just outside D.C. Beginning that evening, 4,500 British infantries marched into Washington, pushing past resistance from American troops at Bladensburg, Maryland. With orders to burn government buildings, they set fire to the Treasury Department, the War Department, and the Capitol, where the British used the Library of Congress's 3,000 volumes as tinder. The flames grew so high that glass skylights melted from the heat. From the Capitol, 2 lines of British soldiers, 100 total, marched silently toward the president's house. Major General Robert Ross gave an order that the invasion was not to destroy private property, but the president's house would not be spared. As soldiers headed to the mansion, in addition to Washington's portrait, Dolly Madison preserved some silver and a copy of the Declaration of Independence for safekeeping. But the house remained filled with objects of American history, along with food on the table for a now abandoned dinner. Some British soldiers helped themselves, then they set the home ablaze. With its exterior standing but interior destroyed, Madison's presidential home would never house him again. He called the act a deliberate disregard of the principles of humanity that had marked the war's extended devastation and barbarism. The soldiers were on the ground in Washington for only 26 hours in total, as a storm forced them to flee.